Yo, Eddie, are you there?
I'm here.
Yo, man, I'm so stoked to talk to you, man. I'm just, when I did this radio show, I did it for like 6 or 7 years, and I did spotlights on the reggae DJs in the scene, photographers. I got Jose Rivas on one time,
Nice.
but to get the Sugarshack on is one of them goals. So you guys are killing it. How did this all start, man?
Yeah, man, it's been a wild ride. I actually played drums in an American reggae band myself for almost about 5 years, and we toured Florida as much as we possibly could, and I met every band that came through the Florida circuit and tried to get everybody's numbers and opened up for every band I possibly could at the time, and I was always the photographer and the videographer in my band. And when that band eventually broke up, my good friends from the band SoFlo.
I was just gonna say, SoFlo. That's how it came. Yeah.
Yeah, super close with those guys for a long time now, and they said, "Hey, would you want to try shooting a video for us?" And it was an acoustic video, the acoustic song. It's actually called "Change the World." And I said, "Yeah, I got a dope back deck at my new house, and why don't you guys come over and we'll set up some mics and we'll shoot a video." And I remember thinking to myself, when we set the shot up, I was like, we got to do this for every band. This is so sick. And I was always into live music and session channels and always been obsessed with that. So from there, I just started, I decided to start a YouTube channel and recruit the best guys I could find in my town and the best guys I knew that had cameras and had audio skills and photo skills and everything I needed to really launch a true session channel. And I obviously it was a passion project at the start, and I told the guys, I was like, I'll book all the bands, I'll do all the editing, I'll manage all that. All I need is your camera skills and just your time for sessions. And so we started with the locals, obviously, and then started dabbling into that network that I had from being in a band and watching all the venues and all the bands that come through the state, and started cold calling via email every band that I could find. And some bands said yes, some bands said no, and it just kept growing from there.
Well, I don't think anybody says no right now. I think you guys have to say no with the amount of stuff that's going on. Once again, man, if you're just tuning in, you're listening to Simmer Down 90.3 The Rock. This is Crowley here on a special night talking with Mr. Eddie from Sugarshack. He runs the whole thing. He does the whole thing. That was the backstory. I actually didn't know that. I knew there was a little SoFlo connection in there. But I didn't know the whole thing. And you've hired so many, unbelievably talented people. I got to meet some of them at Levitate this year. Shout out to Levitate. And to meet you guys for the first time, it was really powerful. So you got, a bunch of people for sure that are very talented on your team. But who hired the gnome, and what's that all about?
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, the team is awesome, man. It's amazing, guys. Super blessed with that. And everybody's been, it's the same team since day one, and we've only added on awesome people since, and it's just been crazy. But the gnome was a gift from my mother-in-law when we moved into the Sugarshack to put on the back deck when we moved here. And he had been sitting there. We lived here for a couple of years prior to the session channel starting, and the first band that we had here that night was called the Sweet Teas. It was a trio, a female and two females and a violinist, and she asked, "Hey, I was cleaning off the deck for the shoot." And she's like, "Let's keep the gnome on the deck." All right, so we did, and then every band from there on out just wanted the gnome around, and every band requested to have the gnome on set. So Gnomeo has become quite the icon.
Yeah, man, I think Fortunate Youth really likes to know. I've seen Dan give it a hug and maybe a kiss. I heard it got damaged at some point or something happened to it. Is that true?
Yeah, accidents happen. Yeah, and he took a spill, so some Humpty Dumpty action. We put him back together, and he still lives on. Got some character.
Yeah, I know for sure. We were texting earlier, and I was like, "What's your favorite band to work with?" But more so, what's your favorite moment? And you told me what that moment was, and you kind of hinted at it a second ago. Tell us about your favorite moment in this absolutely phenomenal movement you have going on.
Yeah. So, like I said, "Change the World" was the name of that SoFlo song, which is kind of ironic because later on, Leilani Wolfgram was here, and Jacob Hemphill ended up being at the house, and then Fortune Youth was here that night for a session, and they did a session for the song "Change the World," and I know Jake wrote his verse like on my couch in the living room that night during like sound check, during like Fortunate Youth sesh before, and then at the last minute, Leilani asked Dan, "Hey, you want to get on this track?" And Dan just freestyles his verse on that song, and it was just it like was everything Sugarshack is about, where it's just backyard jam, as comfortable as you can get, and just let the good music just flow out of you. And the energy and the feel of that session it's just, I don't know, untouchable. It was really amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you can feel it even though you're not there in that video, and that's one of the things that you guys do, man. You create these, these pieces that you feel like you're there, and it's such a powerful thing. Like I said, man, I worked with Bulldog for a while.
Yep.
You guys are right up my alley, and just to see you guys grow, and and continue to grow,
thanks so much, man.
Unbelievable, man. So, give a plug real quick. Sugarshack Sessions. How can everybody find you? What you doing?
Yeah, so, I mean, number one is YouTube. Check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/Sugarshack Sessions. That's, we're growing. We're almost hitting 100,000 subscribers. We'll be there by the end of the year with our fingers crossed. We're almost there. And other than that, our Instagram is totally our everything you need to know there.
Instagram is becoming the thing, dude. It really is.
And then Monday and Thursday nights we put out new video every Monday and Thursday night at 8 p.m.
Okay, so it's Monday and Thursday. Did it used to be Tuesday? I had Tuesday.
Yep.
So they moved to 2 nights because it's getting too wild. All right, I got you.
No.
You guys are just tuning in. You're listening to Simmer Down 90.3 The Rock, man. It's Crowley. I'm here for a limited amount of time. In from Boston. Hanging out with DJ Mulkey, my Simmer Down host, and so grateful to come in here and honored to talk to all these wonderful people, including Mr. Eddie Kopp right now of Sugarshack Sessions. If you haven't heard about it, you're late. You should. Dude, I saw the post the other day, Cali Roots partnership. You did the Levitate thing, Reggae Rise Up, the one takes, the interviews, all kinds of stuff. What could possibly be coming up in the future and especially in 2019?
Oof. Yeah, 2019 is going to be big, man. We have some cool things coming up. Cali Roots is obviously a highlight right now. Being there for the 10th anniversary is going to be huge. Really excited about that. Other than that, I mean, I would say some of our fans' biggest requests have been, getting a library that we have created on YouTube on streaming platforms. So that's definitely a goal in 2019. And then potentially getting a brick and mortar, some sort of physical space where we can actually have, people over for sessions, for shows, for just to catch the vibe of the Sugarshack. Because right now it's my personal house. It's my back deck. So it's hard to invite as many people as I'd like to come experience these sessions with us. So we're working on that too, physical space.
Well, I mean, your space almost got destroyed by that hurricane, man. I bet you're pretty grateful for that and pretty grateful for not getting a second hit on this hurricane season. I know we talked about that at Levitate.
We got crazy lucky with Irma, and forever grateful for that, for sure. We were on the edge of our seats for a couple of days, calling my neighbors that stayed because we evacuated and making sure the house was still standing. And yeah, we're here and we're still kicking and forever grateful. That's for sure.
For sure, man. Well, once again, man, it's an absolute honor to speak with you. Once again, it was an absolute honor to meet you and your crew finally at the Levitate Festival. And we got, the first time I interview somebody, I always end out with the same question. It's always a different answer. No matter if you are playing music or shooting music. What does reggae mean to you and the Sugarshack?
Reggae to me, man, it's been in my life for a long time. So it's really almost been a medicine for me. I did some time in the military to from there to quitting my job and going self-employed. Being in the band back in the day. It's been there through so many huge milestones in my life that definitely become a medicine, and it's unlike any other genre. And one of my favorite parts of the genre is that artists are using it as a platform for social change more and more, and that's just so amazing and what we need more than anything.
Sounds like a plan. Well, I'll be seeing you sooner than later. We've talked about some stuff. Thank you so much for coming on and telling everybody what you do, because it's not just the musicians. It's a team effort. It really is. The photographers, 100%. The media, the people that put on shows, the agents. We all are a family, and we will nobody should ever forget that, including the fans too, because without the fans, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing. So once again, totally. Eddie, thank you so much, man. I will definitely see you soon, and we're going to play your favorite little moment you ever had on the Sugarshack right now. Change the world. Yo, it's the Sugarshack Sessions.
Man, thanks so much.
Let's change the world. I hope you change the world. You're already starting. Let's do it again.
Thanks a lot, Al.
Yo, big up.